Anatomically, one of the things I look for is for the spinous processes, L5, S1, L4, and then I come just off those spinous processes to know I'm over the muscle itself. Okay. Um, there's some freedom of how you want to work the muscle itself. You can go with the fibers and go in a lateral inferior direction and then superior medial direction is the way those fibers lay and run. Okay. Eventually, if you want to do a crisscross pattern, you can and work more cross friction. It's a little bit more aggressive, but you can do that wherever you see fit. And so, in the grand scheme of things, I may only do this for a couple of minutes, depending on how much turgor there is and how much I feel like it's releasing. Okay. Once I get through the kneading phase of the treatment, now I'm going to go into the passive pumping. So the passive pumping is all about me placing the muscle into its lengthened position as I let off pressure at the same time. So if I'm working on the right multifidus, that means it creates what rotation, right or left? Left rotation. So what rotation do I need to put Chris in to lengthen the muscle? Right rotation, correct. Okay, I got to go in the opposite direction of what it does. So for Chris, right rotation is simply bringing his shoulders this way, correct? I'm moving his trunk to the right, okay? So I have two options. I can move his upper body this way, or conversely, especially if I'm looking on lower segments, I can move his pelvis forward this way. Okay, both result in a right rotation, correct? So what I like to do, and sometimes I just place the patient in this position while I'm doing the passive knead in, and then when I'm ready, I'm going to apply a pressure, and then as I lengthen him over and I feel the pressure bulge up, the muscle bulge up into my fingers, I let off that pressure, and then I can passively bring him back, apply that pressure, and then I will lengthen the muscle, and as I feel the tension pop up into my fingertips, I'll let off the pressure, okay? And I can just repetitively move him through this for a couple of minutes. And, body mechanics and all that, very important. Table's a little low for me, I should have it a little higher. There it is. So I'm really using my body to rotate him and then just bring him back again, okay? Just let off and then back. So then the last part, and conversely, if I wanted to do the passive pumping through the pelvis, I would just, again, apply the pressure, and as I bring his pelvis forward, I'll take the pressure off my fingertips. And then as he comes forward, I can take the pressure off, okay? So then actively, all I have to do is the opposite, right? I need to make him left rotate into me, correct? So this takes a little bit of getting into, but Chris, when I ask you to, what I need you to do is just push your body and bring yourself all the way around this way for me, okay? And so I'll put him into the lengthened position. I'll apply the pressure. Like, go ahead and do that for me. And he's pushing into my arm, and I'm giving him a mild amount of resistance, but not so much that he can't push through it. And he'll tell you and then as he's working harder and harder, I take my pressure off my fingers again. Okay. And then as soon as we kind of get in rhythm, I don't have to keep saying again. He just kind of gets into the rhythm of it. Patients, after a while, when this happens, they start to get quicker, and then you have to say, whoa, hold on, you're not even letting me put any pressure. Wait till you feel my pressure. Now go ahead. Okay? All right. Now, if I wanted to do the pelvis, through the pelvis, I just have to do the opposite. So before, where I was pulling his pelvis forward, right, I need him to push his pelvis into me, correct? No.
Away.
Away from me. Away from me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place him this way, and then I'm going to ask him to push his pelvis back into me, just like that. And then I bring him forward, and then go ahead and pull it back into me. Okay? So you can work it both ways. If you're really thinking of the sacral segments, S1, S2 is where I want to target this. You may get a little bit better activation going through the pelvis, but if you're back at L3, L4, L5, you might do a little bit better going through the trunk. Okay. Remember, there's segmental innervation there, and they control, the lumbar multifidus controls movement segmentally. So if you're concentrating on L5, S1 segment, you might do better going through the pelvis, because then the movement's happening right there, okay? Versus the long lever through the whole thoracic spine by the time it gets way down to the multifidus at L5, S1, okay? But if I'm working higher up, then this might be a better technique. You're going to have to work through with your patient and see which ones producing the results that you want. You know, the whole idea is, the reason why I'm doing this is that it might be in a turgor, it feels like it's pathologically guarding, it may be painful when I'm palpating it, so then as I'm going through this process, the person is relaxing that muscle, it's getting blood flow, and then we can reduce the amount of tenderness and turgor that there is there.